Good evening, everybody. This is Captain Tinsley, saltyabandon, and the Salty Podcast number 12. And we have a very special set of guests tonight. We have Radeen and Hayden Cochran of sailing vessel Island Spirit. So without further ado, I'm going to bring them out. Good evening.
Hello, Tinsley. Good to see you all.
You?
Just good to see
It's great.
Good. So I think we just have a limited time with you, so I'm just going to get right to it. Tell us where you are.
We're in St. Maarten on the Dutch side of the island, anchored in Simpson Bay Lagoon, and we've been here for about a week now, and we're loving it. This was our destination to get back here to St. Maarten 2 years ago.
Okay, so you're planning on staying there a while?
We're going to stay here for another week, and then we're going back over to the Virgin Islands for some service work and link up with our buddy boat, Alex and Amy, and then come back down here again, and then on to St. Bart's in Antigua. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to continue through the islands.
Oh, yeah. We're going down. We're storing the boat in Antigua this year, so we're going to leave it there. And what we want to do is base the boat in the Caribbean for the next 2 seasons or maybe 3, and stop this running back and forth from Annapolis down the coast to Stewart and then over to the Caribbean. This is our 5th trip.
No, 3rd, but it feels like 5.
Yeah, it does put a lot of wear and tear on the boat, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of miles. It takes about a month to 2 months to come down the coast, and then it takes a good month going east from Florida to get down through the thorny path, as they call it, to get down here. But now that we're here, we're so relaxed and we're saying we're not leaving. We want to just stay here, and this is our new favorite place right now, St. Maarten.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. That way you don't have to spend so much time going back either. You can spend more time where you are. If you store that, I've seen the way you store your boat, by the way. That's the process that you go through. It's pretty incredible. So tell us about Island Spirit.
Yeah, well, we've had Island Spirit since 2001. It's an islandpacket 35, 1994. We're the second owners. We bought it from an 85-year-old owner that was moving to a kayak. We bought it privately from him, and the boat had absolutely nothing done to it from the day he bought it. It was the Annapolis Boat Show boat in 1994, and then when we bought it, we decided to commission it all up for everything we wanted, because we had a 27 islandpacket for 10 years, and we wanted to buy this boat to go out to sea, to go down to Cape May and off to Block Island and up to New England. So we commissioned this in 2001 and 2002, and set it up with everything we wanted. So it's really well set up.
Well, cool. Okay, so you see Scott Myrick has just sent you if you look on your screen, good evening, Hayden and Radeen.
Oh, how
That's
nice.
Salty Scotty right there. He's at the gym on the treadmill.
Oh, he's working. I see it there. He's working out. Thanks a lot, Scotty. I see you there. Yeah, it's great.
So,
but we're pretty thrilled about the setup. All the, because when we set her up, we did the radar, the autopilot, the refrigeration, the air conditioning, the inverters, the battery bank, the windlass.
It didn't have that. It didn't have all that.
The only thing this boat had was the standard wind speed and depth and a VHF radio to go to the boat show. They commissioned the boats in Rock Hall. They would send them over to the boat show, and they would get sold out of the boat show. And the person that bought this boat never did anything to it.
So my 1998, since you're an expert, we haven't covered that yet, but it's my 1998. Do you think it came with all that, or do you think it was added? Like, I have air conditioning.
No. When the boats came from the factory, the original islandpacket factory did no commissioning. They built the boat one way and one way only. They wouldn't even change a winch or a wire. It came out of the factory with no installs, no refrigeration, no air conditioning, no battery upgrades, no windlass, no big anchors. And so then they would go to the dealers, and the dealers would have this business of commissioning the new yachts for the new owners. And so multiple island packet owners that would order a new island packet every 2, 3, 5 years, which we have a bunch of friends that have done that. The boats would come into the dealership, and the dealership would then spend months commissioning them. And that's how it was done.
So your original owner could have added all those things, but they would have been extra.
They would have been after the factory. So Sailing Bad is sending you a greeting here. Hi, y'all, from Deltaville, Virginia. Looking good. Had fun in Annapolis. So you got your fans on here.
Yes, Sailing Bad. Thank you, Sailing Bad. That's great. Yeah, so we just commissioned it with at that point there was a guy had worked for the dealership in Rock Hall, and he had gone out on his own, and all of us that were second and third time island packet owners would hire this guy to do the commissioning privately. And so when we bought Island Spirit, we hired him to commission our boat, and I think he worked 8 or 10 weeks full-time on commissioning Island Spirit.
When did you, and I do have a question about your Island Packet 27, but when did you change the chain plates? Because I know you're a big advocate of getting that done with Colin and everything. Yeah, the chain plates are a big deal. There's a lot of backstory to that, but basically in 2013, we trucked our boat back to the original Island Packet factory at that time. And 2011 and 2012 and 2013, we had been asking the Island Packet factory to take our boat back to do a chain plate job and to investigate the idea of having a refit program. So 2011, they rejected us. 2012, they rejected us. 2013, they said, we'll try it. So Radeen and I came back from the Bahamas in 2013 and went across the Okeechobee Waterway, and then went to Sneed Island Boat Works, decommissioned the boat, pulled the mast, took everything off the boat, put it in a van, moved it to a storage building, and trucked the boat into the factory. And then the Island Packet factory had our boat for 6 months, and we had everything redone: the through hulls, the hoses, the tanks, the chain plates, new rigging. And then we trucked it back out to Sneed Island, and then we rebuilt it, and that was the first Island Packet refit, if you will, in 2013. So you were asking them to do what? A refit program?
Yeah, I was trying to convince the factory that there was a market in working on our fleet, and that there was a real good market if they would just focus on upgrading and refitting our aging 2,700 Island Packets that need work. And so I volunteered our boat to them, and pretty much an open checkbook, to try this project. Like, go ahead and take an old packet and gut it and redo all the things that could sink the boat. And so they built a spreadsheet, and they took in about 4 boats, I think they tried. And then they concluded that this is not what they wanted to do. And it was also at the time when they were being closed on by the banks, and they went out of business. So there was a couple Island Packets that got stuck in the refit program at the original factory that had to get their boat back out of the factory after the factory was closed by the banks. So it never really worked out that the factory started a refit program.
It's a great idea. I mean, but here's another question for you. Greetings from Olympia, Washington. Curious on your opinion on the Compact 27. Considering upgrading from my Catalina 22 to that boat to cruise the Puget. Is it Puget Sound?
Puget Sound.
Yeah, the Compact is in 04. So I think this guy had comment. I told him to come on here because I figured you would know what about the
very nice boat. Compact is a very nice boat, very comparable to the Island Packet, if not better. Yeah, that would be a great boat to go offshore on. Buy it. Go sailing.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, Nathan, you heard it from Hayden and Radeen.
I agree.
Okay, so let's go back to the Island Packet 27. What kind of cruising did you do in your 27? Did
Well,
you
we had
go
so
off?
much fun. We had so much fun with that boat. We were both teachers, so we had the summers off. So every summer we would go up and down the Chesapeake Bay, and we went the whole way to the C&D Canal. And one summer we actually went the whole way to the Outer Banks, past
Wow.
Norfolk, down the ICW, the beginning
Yeah.
of the ICW, and into North Carolina. So we had a
Okay.
great time on that 27.
Yeah, the little 27 is a sweet liveaboard boat. It's funny. When we went down to the Outer Banks, and it was the longest trip we took, and we came back, and I can remember sailing up into Baltimore Inner Harbor, and then we sailed back across the Chesapeake Bay, and we said, "Oh, this is the greatest boat. We're going to refit this boat. We're never getting rid of this. This is going to be our boat." So
That's
then
what
we
I thought about mine.
right. So then,
The storm
then we
took
did
care of that.
yeah. So then we did a whole refit on the little 27, new canvas, new sails, rigging, a whole thing,
Air conditioning.
air conditioning. We set
Yeah.
it all up, and then the next year we sold it. Right after we refit it. It was so funny because then we moved up to the 35, but the 27 is
you
a
know
sweet boat.
Yes, I agree. Do you know where that boat is?
Yes, it's called Tiki, and it's up in Mystic, Connecticut. If it's Connecticut or Rhode Island, Mystic.
Connecticut.
Yeah, Mystic, where the seaport is, and it's on a mooring ball up there. It's called Tiki, and I've been in
cute.
contact with the owner, and I told the owner if he ever wants to sell it, we'd buy it back as a
really?
nice little. Yeah, I'd love
Well,
to.
we'd consider it.
I'd like to have that boat back. It would be fun. Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
can keep that back at home and keep this one. Yeah, that makes sense.
Everybody tells me that's a great plan. Have a boat down in the Caribbean and have
Sure.
a boat up in the Chesapeake Bay. I can't convince Radeen of doing that though. That's kind of like not in
She's
the
got a
plan.
big smile on her face. No.
I need to change the pace. I love this life, but I don't want to do it all the time.
Yeah.
I see. Well, you guys are tough. Oh, here you got more fans here. You guys look fantastic. Bill and Belle Sailing Senang. Do you know
Oh
them?
yes, Senang.
Yeah, they're from Miami.
Oh, they're our fun Miami team. They are a blast. Those people are so much fun.
See,
Yeah.
all these people are tuning in to see you.
Oh, how fun.
So, okay, let's see. I wrote down some questions.
Yeah.
How long have you been sailing? I know you've had an Island Packet since 91, but how long have you been sailing?
Well, in college, we were driving to summer school and we saw a cute little sailboat for sale. And Hayden sold a 57 Chevy in order to have enough money to buy that little sailboat. It was called a Chrysler Buccaneer. Back in the day, the Chrysler Car Corporation made sailboats. They made a Mutineer, a Buccaneer, and a Privateer. So ours was the largest of the three. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was an 18-footer, and there was a very active racing class on the East Coast and the Midwest. So we raced that boat for almost 10 years.
Yeah, but before that, now it's interesting. Before that,
wait, what year was this?
This was in 1980, 79, 80. But before that, in college days, 76, 77.
Oh, that's right.
I was mowing my professor's lawn, and the neighbor had a snark, a styrofoam snark sailboat in the garage. And I'm mowing the lawn, and I'm looking over at that sailboat and fascinated by it. And the neighbor comes out and goes, "Well, you know how to sail, obviously, don't you?" Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know how to sail, no problem. Well, you're welcome to take it anytime you want. So Radeen and I go, "Oh, we'd like to take it next weekend." So we take it out, go over the Susquehanna River. We launch the boat onto the shore, put the mast in it. We're looking at this, and the current is ripping by in the Susquehanna River down to a dam. And we're like, "Oh, this looks pretty dangerous. We really don't know what we're doing." So we put the boat back in the van, drove home, and he said, "How was it?" "Oh, it's great. We loved it." Can we use it next weekend? Yeah, use it next weekend. So the next weekend we go up to Brickerville Lake, a little lake above Lidditz, Pennsylvania. We throw it in this lake. We paddle out. We got the sail up, and we are so excited because we're like sailing, and we're just drifting around the little styrofoam snark. That was 76 and 77 college days, and that's when we started sailing. And then we got this Chrysler Buccaneer, which turned out to be a very fast boat, the Olympic class that is called the Flying Dutchman, is designed by the same guy, Rod McAlpine Downey. He designed the Flying Dutchman, and he also designed these boats for Chrysler. The only thing he changed on the Chrysler boat was he took off the trapezes, and you couldn't double trapeze off them. But it was a 400-pound boat with 400 square feet of sail area, and Radeen and I raced it all over the East Coast from sixth position up to second position, nationally ranked in a fleet of about 150 boats. And we did really well racing it, but we never could win the national title, so we gave up on that and bought the 27, started drifting around the Chesapeake Bay.
Which is definitely not a racing boat. So Marlin Sparkplug says, Hayden and Radeen are great teachers.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
Thank
Sparkplug. Hey, Malin, my Sparkplug buddy back in Stewart, Florida. I love that guy. He's a good man. Malin and Blue Water Linda, my little girl.
Malin, okay.
Yeah.
So we're talking 76 is when you
76.
first.
Yeah, 76, 77. Yeah.
Okay, it's when you started sailing. So let's go back to the 35. What made you choose that specific model?
Oh, wow. Well, we had taken the 27 past our friend's 35 for about 5 years. And every time we would go by it, we'd look at the pretty curved shear line that they have. I just love the curves of the 35. And so we kind of fell in love with the way it looked. And that's where we started at. So we're really excited about that. And
so here it is. Here it is on the screen.
Yeah, the 35 is a sweet model, and we love the shape of it, and it sails really well. And so it more was a financial decision because we really love the 40. We think the 40 is our favorite model, but the 40s were $250,000 in 2001 when we bought this boat, and the 35s were $150,000 when we bought this boat. So we were able to afford the 35, but we couldn't afford the 40. So yeah. So we've had.
Remind me again. Okay, so this is 94, and you bought it in.
We bought it in 2001.
2001. Okay.
Yeah. It was 7 years old when we bought it.
Yeah.
So Jeff Gabor says hello from Chicago. Wish I was there.
My Chicago buddy, Jeff Gabor. He's my boat buddy from 20, 30 years.
He had an islandpacket 35 as well, and then bought a 420.
He had a 420. We boated together down to the Bahamas. Great man.
Good memory. So all your fans are on here. So we've got we have more in the live stream than ever before. So it took number 12 and you guys coming on to get this many in the live stream. So
that's fun. Thanks, Tinsley.
Awesome. This is awesome. Okay, I'm always amazed by y'all's skills and your energy with your maintenance and your prep work, and when you're winterizing and even building the stuff in your house. That when you built that downstairs bar, and I think you built a deck. I mean, it's just crazy all the stuff you accomplish. Where did you get these mad skills?
Well, Hayden's lucky that he had a wonderful grandfather who knew how to do many, many different things, and encouraged him to learn how to use tools and how to accomplish things, and also a strong work ethic. Obviously being productive and being careful with things, taking care of what you have, making it last.
Absolutely. Yeah, you come from Lancaster County, the home area of the Amish, and I grew up every day with horse and buggies going past my bedroom window, and I would go to my grandfather's place and we would weld things and machine parts. He was a tool and die maker, and I would mow his lawn. He had 2-acre property. I would mow his lawn with a riding mower. He had 3 riding mowers because one riding mower would never make it all the way around 2 acres. It would break down. You'd have to push it back in, hoist it up in the lift, weld it, fix it, tear it apart. So I grew up building bikes, go-karts, motorcycles, fixing cars. I went off to college to be what would be a shop teacher, an official shop teacher, and I ended up not really teaching shop. I ended up teaching architectural drawing is what I fell into, and then that led to AutoCAD and designing houses, and then AutoCAD led to computers, and then I built a computer lab, and then computer lab led to web design and teaching high school students internet technologies and servers. And so I just progressed along my 34 years of teaching with different careers, but all based on like building and fixing and making things, which I still love to. I'll tear apart the engine and fix something if it breaks, and I don't have a problem with that. I mean, that's what I do. I know how to do that.
Speaking of careers, I have to introduce tonight's sponsor, which is me. I'm Tinsley Maarten. I'm going to sell real estate, in case you didn't know. And if you are interested in Gulffront property, that's me. I'm good at that. I also have another podcast, which is on Thursday nights, the Getting Beachy Real Estate Lifestyle Podcast, and I do that with a person on my team, a friend and a team member at Remax of Orange Beach. So if you want to tune in live for that, please do.
Perfect. So sounds good.
Thank you. So is there anything that you are not going to fix that you are going to hire somebody?
No.
Right. Well, wait, anything up the mast?
Well, yeah, rigging. I don't climb the mast anymore. I don't like that. I go to the spreaders. I take the radar up and down. I've done that 4 times. But Radeen and I took the engine out of this boat, and we had it remanufactured, and we put it back in. We pulled the transmission on this boat on a mooring ball twice now and put it back in. The entire battery bank, the electrical grid, the windlass system, all the electronics we've taken out and re-upgraded and installed. The refrigerator, the air conditioning, the inverters, the Starlink. Every system on this boat we have taken out at least 3 times and put back in, because we've had this boat all these years. We always thought we would move up to a 40. That's what we want to do. But this boat doesn't stop us from going anywhere, and it sails really well.
And you've got it the way you want it. I mean, and
if I start on another boat, I got to rip it all apart and redo everything again.
I start over. I got to pay somebody to get it there. Look, we got some comments here we have to acknowledge.
Oh, nice.
This guy here, Ralph, he lives in Orange Beach, but he's on his boat with his wife in Brazil right now. So we're in Brazil enjoying your podcast. Then we got somebody from County Cork, Ireland.
Cork Island, lovely.
Yeah, County Cork Island. And then we have your friends Bill and Belle. You're a great photographer too. Look at that.
Oh yes, yeah. I love those guys in Miami Beach. They're so much fun. Lovely people.
You did have Mac Yacht Services do your hull, though, right? You did. You had them shine up your hull.
Yeah, but now back up a little bit. Remember, 2013 we did the refit with the factory, and then we prepared to go to the Caribbean. So we came down to Stewart to Mac Yachts because we love Travis Mac Sales and we love Collins Mac Services. And in 2017, we gave our boat to Colin and Travis, and we did new rigging, new sails, new electronics, the water maker, inverters. We did all our upgrades to sail down to the Caribbean, only to leave our boat in Puerto Rico for Hurricane Irma and Maria.
Yeah, I remember.
So
yeah,
we were heading to Grenada, and we fell in love with the Caribbean again, and we wanted to just stay up in the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. So we said, let's store in Puerto Rico. So we did, and that was the year Irma and Maria leveled the BVIs and also us. So we had a broken mast now in Puerto Rico in 2017, and Colin stepped up and wanted to send things in to fix it. And we decided to put the boat on a ship and ship it back to West Palm Beach and drive it up to Colin. So 2018, we did a third refit. 2013, we refit with the factory.
Was it necessary? Well, that one was necessary.
Well, we had a broken mast and broken rigging. So we refit with Colin in 2017, and then we refit with Colin in 2018. And when he finished that, we decided, instead of sailing back to the Caribbean in May, we sailed back up to Annapolis And then 2019, we started again and said, okay, we're going to Grenada. And then we pushed the boat to Grenada that year and finally got it all the way down to Grenada.
And you left it there.
Yeah, only to then experience COVID for a year. And so we've not had a great Caribbean season yet. Has been our that's our problem. So not a problem, but that's a reality. So now what we're trying to do is we're coming down here and we're going to stay here for 1 to 2 seasons to try to just take in these Caribbean islands casually. And that's why we're
in such a hurry.
Yeah,
Michael
that's why we're
Stevens, you got another fan here. Hayden Radeen of the absolute best. Katie and I are tuning in from Maryland. We miss you guys. Best cruising mentors ever. Everybody that's in this podcast right now, I want you to like and subscribe. Please like this video and help the algorithms.
Thank you. Michael Stevens is a super guy, man. He and Katie, you want to talk about somebody that can fix things. Michael Stevens decided, I'm going to buy a boat. We're going to get it done. We're going to get on the boat. We're going to go down to the Caribbean, down to the Bahamas, and up to Maine and back to Annapolis, and then we're going to sell the boat and go back to work. And this is exactly what they did. I've never seen anybody do this. They bought a 350. I helped them buy a 350, and we found it, and they fixed it up. And he and Katie, his girlfriend, wife now, they eloped into Florida. It was so much fun. They are a blast, and they were great boat buddies last season. I really enjoyed sailing with them. Good people.
What? And so are you saying that not everybody does what they say they're going to do when it comes to sailing?
No, exactly. What happens is everybody goes and buys a boat.
And they have a big plan. And they have a big plan. Yeah.
And the plan is usually too big to start with. You want a small scale plan, and you want to baby step in, like, I'm going to go here first.
Go
and then if
small,
that works,
go now, right? Go small, go now.
And then I'll go a little bit farther. I'll go do a little bit more. And then each year you keep stretching. And in the meantime, you're upgrading and fixing all the problems of your boat that you
not having to do it all at once.
Yeah. If you just buy the boat and take off, you're going to have all kinds of problems.
Well, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, that's the way it works.
So Michael Stevens, he is Michael and Katie did what they said they were going to do. That's awesome. Hey,
awesome.
Hayden and Radeen, tell everybody to like this video, please. Will you just once?
Yeah, like this video, like and subscribe to this podcast. Come on.
Please.
Why not? Absolutely.
Thank you for that little plug. So it's time to plug you. So you're both boat brokers, correct?
No, I just help a lot.
We do it as a team. I'm
nice.
I'm the broker with Whitaker Yacht Sales, and I've been with them 10 years. And I basically work as a buyer's broker, usually trying to help buyers find the boat they want, usually just in the islandpacket brand. And that's what I've done. And yeah, I sell 4 to 6 boats a year and try to help people out. And so I enjoy it. We both do it together, and we find that when we go on a showing of a boat, we can address each side of the equation for the buyer. I'll deal with the mechanical side, Radeen will deal with the living aboard side, and together we're pretty good at presenting and assessing the boats. I mean, we've actually told people not to buy the boat and cancel surveys already, and we walk off the boat, say, no, that's not the deal. I'm not interested in selling you the boat. I'm interested in helping you find what works for you. The money's not the deal for us. It's we want to help people get into the product line.
We feel like matchmakers, matching up the right boat with the right team.
That's the way I feel about when I work with buyers with real estate. I'm not here to force them into something that doesn't fit for them. I find what they say what they want. I try to find it for them, and if it works, it works, right?
Yeah, exactly. It works for us really well because we don't have to do this.
So here, Joyce, this is somebody from our area. I love these videos. I'm sure you're learning so much more. I want you to be safe on your adventures. She's talking to me. She wants me to be safe. People always like, "Oh, you're by yourself." I'm like, there's a lot of people that can't be by themselves, by the way, because I hear that if I had $1 for every time someone said that to me, you go by yourself.
I'm with you. I think it would be really hard to single hand. I'm not sure I would be very good at it. I don't think I would be good
There's
at it at all.
something very freeing about it.
I would think
know?
it would be once you're under sail and you're out there and you realize it's just you. It's got to be a unique feeling, a totally different feeling.
Do you know how many people come up to me on the dock after I've pulled in somewhere and go, I mean, like older guys, older men, I really love the way you handle your boat. You
Right.
are just so, they compliment me, strangers,
Well, you
because I've
deserve it.
learned so much from going in and out of all these places up and down over these years that you get good at it, you know?
You deserve it. Yeah.
You better get good.
Well,
at it.
and you deserve the compliments because you're out there knocking it out on your own, and a lot of people wouldn't do it.
Yeah. It's very fulfilling. I'll say that. It's a real
It
sense
should
of
be.
accomplishment. And I'm 58 years old. I need something to stay, keep the adrenaline going, right?
You're young, girl. You're young. You got it made. Don't worry about it. Good for you.
So I did want to cover the boat broker thing, and if anybody wants to get a hold of them, I do have your how to find you at SV Island Spirit on Facebook, Instagram, and X, and the email is haydencochran@gmail.com. And so if anybody's looking for a boat, and anybody out there that wants to comment and ask a question in the chat, it only works in Facebook and YouTube. This is StreamYard, and for some reason, like, you could watch on all these other channels. We're live on 8 channels, by the way, 8 profiles. And you can only comment live here in Facebook and YouTube.
Nice.
So I can't emphasize enough. If you're out there looking for a boat, please contact these guys, because they can really, really help you. Especially, I mean, I know you sell all boats, but especially in that arena of island packet. And what you reminded me a minute ago when you said you've walked off the boat and said cancel the survey. I don't know if you saw the interview with Cecilia, who you introduced me to. Thank you very much. We've become very good friends. She was my first interview, or third interview. She says that she would sometimes go, run, don't walk from this boat.
Yeah.
And
a lot of surveys look that way when you get into them. Yeah. And it's a shame the listing brokers really should more
prepare
honestly.
The seller.
Yeah. It's really a challenge. So I like helping buyers assess the market and go after the boat that we think would match their sailing goals, because we've been out here 30 years doing this with 50,000 plus miles, and we know what works and doesn't work, and what you need and what you don't need. So we can really help people out with finding the boat. Yeah.
Now, do you if you ever do list a boat, I'm sure it comes up. Do you ever recommend that the seller get a survey ahead of time?
What we recommend is the seller get a rig survey ahead of time, but not a survey ahead of time. They know what's wrong with their boat or what needs fixed, but the rigging inspection isn't usually part of the survey. I know Seal goes up the rig, but most surveyors don't go up the rig.
Thank you for recommending her, by the way.
Right. So you usually want to get as a seller, you'd want to get a rig survey written up, and you can present that to the buyer, because they're going to need that for their insurance settlement. They usually can't get an insurance binder without a rig inspection. They're going to get the survey no matter what to buy the boat, but the insurance might require rig inspection. So we usually.
Sorry. I interviewed a rigger, a local rigger here in Pensacola, on one of my podcasts, and he said that don't be so sure that the insurance will cover your rigging. That you need to, like, if it's a certain amount of years old, and that you need to be up to date on getting surveys of your rigging and making those repairs and upgrades, or else it may not cover it if something happens. Yeah,
we get a rig inspection almost every couple of years in Stewart with Richard Gordon. He's phenomenal. He used to work with Max Sales, and then he went out on his own with Stewart Rigging, and his business name is Rhino Rigging. But he's phenomenal, and we always, when we're in Stewart, we always ask him to come over and do a rig inspection. At boats we've sold, we've had him do a rig inspection first also.
Yeah, and before I go, I travel once a year. I go to the Keys or almost to the Keys, and before I leave, I go ahead and have them come over from Pensacola, and
Right.
I said, act like I'm your daughter or your sister or your mama that are about to go across the Gulf. And they
Yep.
go, okay.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, I have no worries with my rig because Richard went over it just 2-3 months ago in Stewart, and it's all checked out. And he and I tuned it up and put it into the proper specs for the loads on the rig, and we do that every couple of years, and it's good to do. The boat sails better if the rig is tight.
Sure, and peace of mind, just peace of mind.
Yeah.
When it gets rough out there, you're not thinking, is this going to hold up?
Right. Right.
So you started the Island Packet Yacht Association. First, you started the website, right? And then you started the Facebook page. Tell me how that came about.
That's a long history there. That started in about 1997, 98. Again, I was teaching high school seniors how to do web design. So I would come home in the evening and I would look for opportunities to build websites for businesses, small businesses that were starting up. And so, like, I built the website for the Island Packet dealership in Rock Hall, and then I built a website for the Maryland Sailing School, Tom Tersey, and then I built the IP Photos website, which was the precursor to all this. Was we had an email server where the Island Packet fleet was emailing each other questions and responding back and forth, the typical email server. And the email server could not attach a picture. It wasn't allowed in the service. So we only had text. So I wanted to solve that by building a website where we could upload pictures. This is 1997, 98. We could upload pictures, put a caption underneath it, and then have people comment on it. The precursor to Instagram and Facebook, basically. Because Facebook didn't come out to 2004, Instagram's 2008.
2004? Was it?
Yeah.
Was it
2004?
Was it 2008? No.
Yeah. So this is 97, 98. I built a photo sharing website. It was called ipphotos.com. Within about 3-4 months, it had 5,000 photos that it accepted, that people uploaded.
How did you get the word out?
Just through the mail server, the Island Packet mail server. So what we would do is we would put a discussion up about, hey, I'm putting this autopilot in and this is how I'm doing it. And here's the link to the photographs that support what I'm talking about. So they would put the 5 or 6 photos over in IP Photos and they would write about it in the mail server. And we had this back and forth discussion with now photographs and email. Yeah. And that was the beginning of the Island Packet websites. And so from that, it grew to a discussion board. And then, at the same time, IP Homeport, Stuart Williams built IP Homeport. He actually was at one of our Island Packet rendezvous in Rock Hall, and I was blabbing about us making Island Packet websites, and he went home and made an Island Packet website also. So that's where Homeport came from, was the Rock Hall website. So we started having these websites being built, and I started building. I'd come home from school and I'd need something to work on. And so now we had a photo sharing website that was very active. Then I added a document sharing website to that. And then I added a forum, a discussion board to that. And this thing just kept growing and growing and growing.
Amazing.
And that became IP Photos. And then over the years, I moved it over to the website IPYOA for the Island Packet Yacht Owners Association. And that now has 20,000 pictures in it and 10,000 discussions, and 5,000 members are on the website. But we've kind of moved everything over to Facebook now. Everybody's mobile and everybody's on their cell phone. So these websites aren't as popular as they were back in the late 90s and the early 2000s. So I still run all these and I still pay for them. The factory doesn't pay for any of this. And I run these servers, which cost me money every month, and they're just like they're like an archive now. they're there for people that want to look up, like, how should I put an autopilot on a 380? And there's 500 pictures of how to put autopilots on a 380. So there's all this archive there that is great.
So for anybody who doesn't know, if you want to do anything, you want to know anything, you want to know where to order a old part for your boat, just go to, well, I go to the Facebook page, but also I have been on, I've posted things. I haven't done it in a while on the website, but you can find out anything on there. All you have to do is search.
Yeah, you just go IPYOA and you find the website is public, so everybody can search that. The Facebook group, the IPYOA Facebook group, we have locked down to just owners or former owners. Because if you're not an owner, what happens is people want to join the Facebook group, and then the very first question they all ask, tell me about tanks, tell me about chain plates, tell me about problems with island packet yachts. And they're not an owner. And so we decided to not let non-island packet owners into that group. If you want to ask those questions, you go over on the website, and there's all that's discussed over there for the last 10, 15 years. Go look it up on the IPYOA.com website, and it's all discussed there. The owners are more active, like, hey, what's this part here? How do I fix this? And we help each other with our boats on the Facebook group. It's become really dynamic and very supportive on the Facebook group.
How many members are on the Facebook group?
There's 1,750 on the Facebook group. 1,700 people. Yep.
And from all over the world, right?
Oh, absolutely.
All over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every continent we have packet owners on. Yeah. Well, maybe not Antarctica.
No, there's no sailboats there. There's no.
No, Judith Jacobson will sail down there though. She's our Arctic sailor.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was commenting today. So I talked to Colin today, Colin Mack, and
he's great. He's great.
He's going to be sending out the rub rail that I need, which costs a fortune. It's the shipping costs just as much as the part. So I got to swallow that charge. But I said I saw the pictures of Island Spirit. Of the job you did on, I said that's what I'm looking for. That's what they're going to do. Hopefully, because I got to hold out to fix my gel coat, to fix the rub rail, and then fix all the anomalies in the gel coat. It's a 1998 boat, and he said, "Well, make sure you tell them to wet sand it with 1200." Wow, I'm saying this right? 1200 grain, or I'm not sure what.
Yeah, 1200 grit sandpaper. Yeah,
grid. And so is that right? I mean, I have to.
I guess I don't know.
My guy,
I don't know. I don't know what they did, but the boat always looks great when Colin's done with it. We've had him buff and wax it multiple years, and when you go to his website, when you go to the Island Packet,
that is something that you hire out.
Yeah, I'll hire that. Okay, waxing I hire out, and bottom paint we hire out now, right?
We didn't used to, but now we do.
Yeah, we're 90 years old now, so we can't do this anymore.
90. Radeen said, I'm not doing that anymore. I know you're not 90. Nobody thinks you're 90.
Yeah, we can't do that.
She's like, don't tell them we're 90. You look great. You look great.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do this when we're 100, but we're getting there.
Oh, no. Keep doing it. As long as you keep doing it, you will be able to keep doing it. Don't you think?
That's what we think. That's what we think. We're not sure. We're trying.
Can't stop moving.
We're trying.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have it in your near future of getting out of sailing, right? Or moving to a trawler?
I don't know. No, I don't see an end to this. No. No trawler.
I hear that. I've heard this on my travels. People go, yeah, we were sailors for 100 years, and now we're on this beautiful trawler. When I'm looking at it, it looks like a one-bedroom condo on the water. It's beautiful.
No, what we want to do is go over to Europe, which we've done twice now, rent the canal boats and drive the canal boats around Europe. Now that is fun.
I saw you post that at least once. Really?
That is fun. Yeah, that's the way to go.
What about the Great American Loop? Have you done that?
No. I'm not interested in the Mississippi River.
Well, it's not just Mississippi River. I mean,
well, yeah, but that's most of it.
Yeah.
We've been up the Hudson already, but we've been New York and Hudson, but
We haven't done the Erie Canal. That looks beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't done the Erie Canal. No, I'm not interested in going around the Great Loop. I'd rather spend my time over in Europe, driving through the French canals. That would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Or I just, I don't want to go north of here. I want to go south
Yeah.
or east. I like
Yeah.
warm. These people
Right.
that sail up, up into Canada and into ice,
No.
I'm like, I don't
No.
understand that,
I don't want to do that. No, thank you. No,
Yeah. Okay. Well,
not for us.
so the last question I wrote down was, where do you go from here? But your final destination for the boat on this trip is Antigua, right? You said?
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to go to Jolly Harbor. We like Antigua a lot, and we're going to store the boat there. A lot of island packet owners are based there and have stored there over the years. So we got a schedule there to haul out there May 2nd, and we're going to put the boat there and then go home and play house for the summer, and then come back and start up in December and just do the Eastern Caribbean casually for a full season.
That sounds wonderful. And
I
so
mean,
you're
this
going to
trip-
probably go home and build a wing on your house while you're home?
Yeah, go home and put an addition over the garage. I already have it drawn up in CAD. I'm ready. I got a building permit for it and everything. Yeah.
Oh my God. And for everybody that's watching, and there's a whole bunch of people still in the live stream.
Oh, thanks.
If you've ever seen, you got Hayden Radeen, I guess, winterize a boat or get it ready for being gone, for you to be. It is an unbelievable process that you guys go through. There's the attention to detail. Even when you're traveling, when you're sailing, you cover up your teak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is so smart, because mine looked a mess when I came back. It was so pretty when I left.
This teak covering tape that we found, we discovered it in Grenada with the mega yachts down there, and they were covering this mega yacht's teak with this white tape that looked like duct tape. And I asked them what they were doing. They said, well, we're getting ready to cross the Atlantic, and we'd like to cover the varnish, and then we get the other side, we peel it off. I said, well, doesn't it leave residue or anything? They said no. So they told me what it was and where to get it. So for, I don't know, 5 years, we get it from National Marine. Yeah, National Marine Supply in Fort Lauderdale. I'll have to send you a link to it, but it's called cap rail tape is what it's called, or cap rail protective tape. Anyways, they make this stuff. You tape it down. It comes in 4, 6, 8, 12-inch wide rolls, and you tape it down over your varnish. And we've left it on for 18 months already in Puerto Rico.
During
COVID, we couldn't get back to the boat. And we came back, peeled it right off. The varnish looked like I just did it. So we always tape all the varnish at the end of the season with this tape and cover it up.
Okay.
It works.
That's what I'm going to do. Because just 6 months of going from Orange Beach down to the Keys and back.
Yep.
It really is showing its wear now. So I'm going to have to pay somebody to do that.
Yep.
I need to take a lesson in you guys of doing maintenance myself.
Well, we keep a little spreadsheet in Google Documents every day when we're decommissioning the boat. We write down, okay, today we did 1, 2, 3, 4 things, and then we have this document that shows what we did, and it takes us about 5 days to put the boat away, to de-rig it, and
otherwise you forget to do something important.
I don't know. We just log it just so we have a record.
And do you post it in the Facebook group
I can,
for all of us to enjoy?
Well, it would be depressing to read the list. It's not fun to read. Yeah, kind of crazy.
All right. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. So, if when you get to, you say in Antigua, how do you say it? Antigua. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
When will you think you'll be there?
Well, we're going to go up to the Virgin Islands for the rest of March, and then April we'll come back down here, and the middle of April we'll be down in Antigua, and then we'll spend 2 weeks in Antigua. Then the beginning of May we'll start the decommission. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to touch base with you when you get there, and maybe you can give us an update.
Yeah, it's real.
How's
Well,
that?
yeah, that would be
fun.
that would
Thank
be
you.
fun. And you got to see the stickers. Remember?
Oh yeah. Let me
Pretty-
make that big. So
Yeah, you
these
got
are
to see.
something that you had made.
Yeah, these are the new logo for the Island Packet Yacht Owners Association. So it's also on T-shirts and mugs, and at svislandspirit.com you can find the shop to go find these. So they're fun.
Okay. So you just gave a website, SV Islands. This is how you find you on social media, but you said svislandspirit.com is where you order
Yeah.
those. Cool.
Right. There's a link there in the store to order. Yeah.
For mugs and T-shirts.
Mugs and T-shirts, and I'm getting the stickers up there next.
I'm gonna
So-
bet you that you're gonna have a big surge in orders.
In order to get these though, you have to either come to the Annapolis Boat Show, or you have to find our boat, and then you get these. These are very rare.
I can't get one sent to me.
No, well,
Come and visit us.
well, maybe,
Okay, I will.
possibly.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
I'll fly down there, Antigua,
Yeah.
and I'll bring all my mics and everything, and I'll interview you there in person.
And you get your T-shirt also. You get your nice T-shirt.
I want that.
There you go. Oh yeah. All right.
Okay. Well, thank
Thank
you,
you,
guys.
Vince.
This
Thanks
was a
a
lot
lot.
of fun. You guys are. I did a little update on my repairs the other day, a video, and I said you guys were Island Packet royalty, Island
No.
Packet loyalists.
Well,
Wouldn't you
30
say?
well, 1986 was our first rental of an Island Packet.
Oh,
So 86,
really?
86, 87, 88, 89, 90, we rented the Island Packet 38 for 1 month every summer. And then we would just sail it up and down the Chesapeake Bay.
And then we bought our cinnamon
And then we bought in 91. So we've been
Took you a while to
continuous-
get over to make your way over to Island Packet. So
We've been
Nathan
continuous-
says, "I'd like a copy." Nathan? What do you mean? A copy of what? The sticker? Because you're talking about your Compact 27. So, oh, did we sway you over to an Island Packet 27? Do tell, Nathan.
Oh, yes.
So it took you a while to make it over to the ownership of Island Packet. You had to. I had a Catalina 25. That was my first boat, and
Yeah.
then I bought the Island Packet 27. So
Yeah, we came from the J35 world first, believe it or not.
well, you raced. I didn't.
I raced the J35 for 8 years. So that's
You
why I
didn't
like
race?
sail.
No,
Radeen,
I was finished.
That's
with
why I
racing.
like sail trimming. I come from the racing world.
yeah, I hear that really tunes your skills.
Yeah, it really teaches you how to trim. Yeah.
They get that extra quarter knot,
Not
which
on
is
a
so
packet.
important.
You
No.
just go comfortable on a packet.
Yeah, that you're not there for speed, right?
Yeah. You're there for comfort. Very comfortable ride.
But Hayden wouldn't put up with a boat that didn't sail well.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Sure. So
It-
Nathan wants the winterizing list.
Oh,
That's
the
what he
winterized.
wants. That's yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll send
People
Tinsley
want
a
to
link.
know.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll
We'll put
send
it
me a
up.
link. That would be great.
We'll
And
put it up.
Nathan,
All right.
you can message me, and you can message me at. You can send me an email, saltyabandon@gmail. How about that?
There you go. Perfect.
All right, guys. Thank you
All
so
right,
much for your
guys.
time. We went a little
All right, thanks.
over what you had said,
Thanks.
but
Well,
hopefully
that's all right. It was fun.
there's a lot of people still here,
Hey,
so
Hey, it
I'm
was
glad you
fun.
stayed over.
Thanks a lot, Tinsley. Appreciate your work.
you made it
All
fun
right.
for us. Thank you.
All right, kiddo. See ya.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And we got the outro here. Bye, everybody. Tune in next week. We have somebody else booked. I've actually got people booked through April 3rd. So please tune back here every Wednesday at 6 o'clock live.